Now on Good Morning Northwest, another step toward clearing a large homeless camp in East Central Spokane, the potential lawsuit and what happens next.
Our sunny, warm, summer-like days continue, but we do see changes that'll bring us closer to fall, and we're in fall. We'll have that coming up.
A family of 4 kidnapped in broad daylight and a man being questioned by police. But where is that family? You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, October 5th. Let's check in with Mark and your first alert forecast on your midweek.
Out and about talking to people, and one person has said, come on, this is too warm, it's too nice. Everybody's loving the weather, but it is going to change a little bit, but not today. 52 heading out the door, so again, that cool side of it. 4 things you need to know as we get going on this Wednesday. Yeah, clear and cool mornings, not only today, tomorrow, but through the end of the week. Sunny and warm days through the end of the week. Above average temperatures, you guessed it, through the end of the week. But next week, it's going to get cooler and more like fall. We're going to see temperatures this morning on the cool side, 38 in Deer Park, 52 at the airport, but head over to Post Falls, you're sitting at 51. Relatively mild for this time of year, but we just haven't acclimated to cooler temperatures because we haven't had them. All right, we're going to warm up. Into the noon hour, we're going to see temperatures right at about 70 degrees, low 70s potentially, and then we're going to warm up. So about 4 o'clock, we'll hit our high today. That's 80 degrees.
Spokane County prosecutors are now authorized to file a lawsuit against Washington State's Department of Transportation. It's an effort to clear the homeless camp in East Central Spokane.
This gives the green light for prosecutors to take the next step, but there is no telling if or even when they'll file that lawsuit. It was the Spokane County Prosecutor's Office that recommended this resolution be passed in the first place. The commissioner's decision gives prosecutors permission to file a lawsuit. Now the county can move forward with declaring Camp Hope a nuisance and start the process of clearing out campers. The lawsuit would allow the county to go after the Department of Transportation to recoup cleaning costs. It would also give Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich the support to meet his goal of clearing out the camp in a matter of weeks. Now, the DOT owns the property Camp Hope sits on and says it will work with local officials to clear it in a way that helps the people there find more permanent housing and resources. We will continue to follow the story, look for the updates, and read our full coverage of Camp Hope right now on KXLY.com. Well, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are expected to visit Florida today to survey damage from Hurricane Ian.
They're also planning to meet with neighbors and local officials to determine what they need for the recovery process. Sydney Charles is live at our Now desk. And Sydney, what do we know about the president's plans in Florida?
Well, Robin, President Biden is planning to meet directly with Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis and review the damage left by Hurricane Ian. Biden will also meet with small business owners and neighbors impacted by the historic storm. And according to the White House press secretary, he's planning to thank people who are providing life-saving assistance. Take a look at your screen. This is where the president is set to visit Fort Myers, a disaster zone where search and rescue operations are still underway in a desperate search for survivors. So right now, what do we know? More than 100 people have been killed by Hurricane Ian in Florida alone. But Florida officials say they're making progress, working to deliver food, water, and fuel to people in need. And the state's largest utility company is pledging to get electricity to all homes that are still habitable by the end of the week. More news we're following from Florida. Former President Donald Trump has filed an emergency application to the Supreme Court. He's asking the court to step into his dispute with the Justice Department over documents marked classified that were kept at his Florida resort. Trump is specifically asking the Supreme Court to ensure that the more than 100 documents marked as classified are part of the special master's review. If the request is granted, it could bolster the former president's attempt to challenge the search in court and have the documents returned to him. It remains to be seen whether allowing the special master to access classified documents poses a real threat to the criminal investigation, nor is it clear how sympathetic the high court will be to Trump's claims. But now, Justice Clarence Thomas has given the Justice Department until 5 p.m. on October 11th to provide a response to Trump's latest appeal. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. The Hilliard community is asking for justice for a man shot and killed by police. Police say they opened fire after a neighbor reported seeing Robert Bradley walking around with a gun a month ago. 2 officers involved remain on administrative leave. Bradley's children, his fiancée, family, and friends all gathered to share memories and to remember him.
1 minute we're walking down this exact park, and then an hour later he's dead in our driveway. Literally that fast. I want people to know that he should still be here, that there was no reason for it. He wasn't doing any wrong.
The Spokane Independent Investigative Response Team is investigating this case.
Well, new on Good Morning Northwest, 4 members of a Merced, California family were kidnapped in broad daylight, including their 8-month-old baby. Other family members say they have no idea who took them or why and are now pleading with the community for help. The sheriff's office says one person of interest, Jesus Manuel Salgado, is now in custody. He apparently, that's Salgado there, tried to take his own life and is now in a critical condition, but the 4 people are still missing.
COVID-19 boosters could prevent about 90,000 U.S. deaths this winter, but only if more people get them. That is according to a new study published today by the Commonwealth Fund. Researchers say if 80% of people were boosted, it would prevent nearly 1 million hospitalizations and $56 billion in medical costs over the next 6 months. They warn that the current pace means a likely winter surge and 1,200 deaths a day by March. 2/3 of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated, but only about 1/3 have received a booster. With the winter coming, bears are hitting berry buffets and packing on the pounds for hibernation, which means the Katmai National Park's Fat Bear Week is back.
It's a bracket where you can vote on which bear you think will be the fattest of them all. It is meant to celebrate how well they've been putting on the pounds as they prepare for winter. So here's how it works. Each set of bears go head-to-head in a single elimination March Madness style tournament where you can vote on which bear you think is the chunkiest until one bear is named the Titan of Tonnage. Voting for Fat Bear Week opens today. We have a link to this year's tournament on, you guessed it, KXLY.com. You can get on there. You can do a little research on your bears. Make sure you make the right choice.
It's so fun. There's some big bears on there.
It is now 6:07.
All right, Mark, what you got?
We have Yom Kippur is today, and it ends at sunset, and that's when they have a big feast. It just reminded me with the Big Bear story. We're going to see sunset at 6:21, but the sun doesn't rise until 6:55 today. Yeah, oh, it's a late rise, but we're going to have a full look at the forecast coming up.
And we're live this morning at Inland Kava Bar. They are celebrating Sober October and need your help raising money for people who are battling alcohol recovery. We'll talk all about their fundraiser and share some info about their alcohol-free drinks coming up.
And the Elon Musk Twitter debacle takes another twist. His about-face plan to purchase the social media site right after the break.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about 2? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
Come by the general store for all your workwear needs. Keep safe, keep warm, keep dry. Whatever you need, we've got you covered. Work pants, gloves, jackets, shirts, and all your favorite brands. Wherever you work this winter, we've got you covered.
It's Karastand month at Great Floors. Bring sophisticated style into your home with Karastand carpet, Luxcraft luxury vinyl, and Bellux hardwood flooring. Great Floors is celebrating with 50% off installation on all Karastand carpet purchases in October. Come home to the flooring you want with 12-month financing and incredible in-store specials. Visit a showroom today and live beautifully on Great Floors.
My husband and I have had the Harvester for about 13 years. If there's anything you want to know about Spangle, come in and find out at the Harvester. Avista contacted us about a business partner program to upgrade our lights to LED lights. Between the energy efficient rebates that we got and the grant, it was completely free to us. On our energy bill, we're saving about $500 a month. Everything has gone up, so that savings has been a huge help to the restaurant.
With dentures from Aspen Dental, all they'll see is your confident smile. How do we do it? We provide exceptional care all in one place And our denture experts craft natural-looking dentures right in our in-office labs, because we'll do anything to make sure your smile looks like your smile. Right now, get replacement dentures starting at just $2.99 per arch. We can even get started today. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your complimentary denture consultation now.
What do you get when ice-cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
Save 15% off now. SpokaneRainGutter.com.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. It looks like Elon Musk's $44 million bid to buy Twitter might be back on track. I got a little ahead of myself there.
You're good. The Tesla CEO had tried to back out of the agreement, saying Twitter misrepresented how many of its users were bots. Twitter has been trying to hold Musk to his promise. A trial was set to start in Delaware in 2 weeks. Now, a new letter from Musk proposing to buy for the original agreed upon price of $54.20 per share could bring the saga to a close. Twitter stock soared 22% at the news, closing at $52 a share.
A bus in northern India plunged into a gorge, killing or leaving at least 25 people dead and 20 others injured. Police say 45 to 50 people were on board the bus, all of whom were part of a wedding party when it fell into the gorge last night. State police and the disaster response force worked alongside locals to rescue 21 people.
NASA and SpaceX are preparing to send the first Native American woman into orbit today. Nicole Onupu Mann will serve as mission commander for the trip, scheduled for 9 this morning. Mann and 3 crewmates will take off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida en route to the International Space Station for a 5-month stay.
10-second takeaway on a Wednesday morning. Simple. You're going to need a light layer heading out the door. It's going to be on the cool side. You're going to need sunglasses and return that light layer back home, by the way. High today, 80.
You will want to think twice about speeding through school zones on Spokane South Hill. Safety cameras near Adams and Roosevelt Elementary and Ferris High School are now issuing warnings to speeders. But that is ending next month, when the city will start giving tickets to anyone going above the speed limit.
Consequences for not slowing down can be deadly. The city council wanted to find a solution to this growing problem after an elementary school student was hurt by a speeding driver in 2014. One dad tells us he feels safer about bringing his kids to school now that the cameras are there.
I see a lot of speeders go in and out of the school zones anytime, and I know school zones go on a lot of a block area, but most people don't understand that. And most of these kids live close by too, and no one really sees a small 1-year-old, 2, 3 blowing across the street.
The city is set to issue tickets starting November 1st. Those tickets can cost you anywhere from $200 to $450. And it may feel like traffic comes to a crawl when driving through a school zone, but it's important to remember that just a few miles faster can be the difference between life and death. Experts say a person hit by a car going 20 miles an hour has a 90% chance of survival. But that drops to 50% at 30 miles an hour and as low as 10% at 40 miles an hour. Well, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:13.
It was the hit that made American League history. Aaron Judge's big hit coming up a little later.
And have you heard of Sober October? Maybe you're participating in it already. Coming up, Destiny Richards is live at an alcohol-free spot telling us how you can get a free beverage.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the new free checking account from P1FCU that pays you dividends. Earn 1.45% APY on balances up to $15,000. Plus, get online and mobile banking and mobile deposit with no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. To open your account, visit p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938.
Joe Biden's open borders have threatened our neighborhoods and our children's safety. Fentanyl-related deaths have increased right here in Idaho. Gang members transport fentanyl and other dangerous drugs into our schools and communities. This has got to stop. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. It's time we control the borders and shut down the pipeline of drugs and violence into Idaho.
If you need a new mattress, what you don't know could end up costing you. Come to Twilight Bedding Mattress Factory and talk to the experts. We make your mattress right here in our factory, so we can tell you exactly what it's made of. Twilight Bedding is also the only place in the area where you can still buy a double-sided mattress. Visit our website to learn the top 10 questions to ask when buying a mattress, and then come see us. Sleep Right by Twilight.
Trends come and go, but luxury's always in style. Now's your chance to buy beautiful Kerastan flooring at a price you can afford. During National Kerastan Month, you can save on Kerastan flooring. Elevate your decor with the designs and quality of Kerastan carpet, or choose from Kerastan's Luxcraft luxury vinyl tile collections. Don't miss your chance to live beautifully with Kerastan. Hurry in now to Skelton's Carpet One in Lewiston.
My name is Angela, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. Things weren't feeling right for quite a while, and then things really went downhill. I had kidney cancer, and it had progressed where it metastasized to my lungs.
So Angela came to Summit Cancer Center for treatment because she could stay at home, and she had the best treatment that was being offered in the big cities.
Dr. Chandre said to me, "You're so lucky because we have a treatment for you."
I had recommended participation in a clinical trial that we had at Summit.
My body seemed to be extremely receptive to this type of clinical studies.
She participated in the trial, did extremely well, and got into remission. All of her cancer is gone.
And so I'm a success. It's awesome.
Contact us today to learn more about the state-of-the-art immune therapy clinical trials available here in the Inland Northwest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness. Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's now just about 17 minutes after 6. You may have heard about Dry January, but what about Sober October? Some people are using this month to cut back on alcohol or make a commitment to combat addiction.
A bar in Coeur d'Alene that serves alcohol-free drinks is participating in a fundraiser to help people recover from addiction. Destiny Richards is live at Inland Kava Bar with how it's joining in on Sober October.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us this morning, Inland Kava Bar serves drinks that just have a kava root in them, meaning they just give you feelings of relaxation, the buzz without the booze. So they are participating in Sober October because they help people who don't want to drink alcohol or are cutting back on alcohol. And we are here with Gina and Nathan. Tell us again, for those just tuning in, about why you're participating in Sober October.
Yeah, so we have a lot of folks that do come into the Kava Bar that maybe are in recovery, or they just need to give up alcohol for a little while, whatever the reason. We want to support them, and helping folks, find that lifestyle is just very important to us. So
yeah, absolutely. And we tried a little bit of kava before.
Yeah.
People who share your team page on SoberOctober.com can win a High Tide drink here. But tell us about the other drinks that you have just serving here at Inland Kava Bar.
So we, not everybody appreciates the plain kava, so we did want to make some drinks that kind of change up the taste a little bit. So this drink here is one of our seasonal specials. That one's called the Dirty Turkey, and so it's a vanilla chai pumpkin. And then the one in the middle here is going to be the Hot Samoan. So it's a spiced chocolate with Samoan and some apple butter mixed in, and it's going to be served warm. And then the one on the end over there is going to be the horchata kava, and that is going to, as you guess, probably tastes like horchata. So that's going to help with the flavors and give some folks some other options.
Yeah, nice. Again, you can go to our website, KXLY.com, for more about the Sober October fundraiser. But coming up later, we'll talk a little bit more about what kava actually is and taste some more. I'll send it back to you guys.
Hey, okay, now I'm in.
Now we're talking, Robin says.
Talk the Hot Samoan. Let's try that.
The drink or
the rock?
Hey, let's get to the weather.
Please.
Good morning. All right, grab your kava, your iced coffee, your hot coffee, your tea. 80 degrees today, sunny and warm. It's your choice. Tonight, temperatures down to 49 degrees. Again, all of these temperatures are above average. Today, 16 degrees above average. Right now, 52 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. St. Mary's, you're at 48, 52 into Grand Coulee. Everyone's got a clear sky. Everyone's going to see the sun come up in, well, 35 minutes. It's going to be pretty nice. 6:55 is our sunrise. We look at what's going on off into the Pacific. Got a huge low, but that low is going to continue to move north and out of our area as high pressure is going to continue to push everything up and around us, a bit of a dome, if you will. So we're going to stay sunny throughout the western U.S. Still have a few showers into Arizona and New Mexico, but boy, for the most part, we're looking pretty good. That high pressure is going to keep everything over into the northern plains with a few scattered showers, but we're not going to see any showers this week. 80 will be our high today, 79 at Coeur d'Alene, 79 Pullman, 86 into Lewiston. For our highs locally, we're going to have Spokane International, 80 today, 83 downtown Spokane, and then 79 in Deer Park. Looking pretty nice. Planning forecast, plan on 80s today, tomorrow. Then we're going to be in the upper 70s by Sunday, Monday, mid-70s with 69 on Tuesday. I show you that to show you this. Here is the temperature trend, and we'll see that daytime high shrink a little bit, that 30-year average, because we're later into October. But look at 69 on Tuesday, but then Wednesday, 63 for the high.
And there's the drop-off.
And there it is.
All right, Mark, thank you.
You bet.
Had to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It's now 6:21. The non-conference schedule will once again be a gauntlet for the Gonzaga men's basketball team. You won't believe who all they're playing.
And Abraham Toro had himself a day, coming up clutch in both games of the Mariners doubleheader with the Tigers. We'll have the highlights for you after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I love the Car Wash Plaza. It takes care of me and my bike.
At Car Wash Plaza, there's no hassle. They take cash, credit, or debit.
The attendants are really friendly. They answer all my questions.
Thank you, Car Wash Plaza.
Car Wash Plaza. Give us a try, and soon you'll agree we're the best in the Northwest.
There are a lot of ways to deal with a stubborn drain. Call us at Mainstream Plumbing. Our high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber has gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. Call 866-411-ZAP.
Chowila Casino is giving you the chance to win Monster Mash Cash. Here's how you could win your share of over $12,000 cash. Play your favorite games with your Sun Club card. Earn entries for Monster Mash Cash. On Saturdays this month, you can earn bonus entries while playing your favorite games with your Sun Club card. Monster Mash Cash drawings happen Saturday, October 22nd. Cash prizes drawn every 30 minutes starting at 6 p.m. Learn more at Chowilacasino.com.
4 News Now welcomes Kirsten O'Connor. You expect more from local news. Important information that makes a difference to you. Kirsten O'Connor delivers. And that's what we mean when we say, expect more. Get to know Kirsten, weeknights on 4 News Now.
These doors are closed because it's too dangerous to ask employees to work here anymore. Think about that. For decades, Patty Murray has spearheaded reckless policies that lead to shortages, inflation, and so much crime that you can't even get a cup of coffee from the hometown shop on Capitol Hill, even if you could still afford it. 30 years in the Senate, and this is what she has to show for it? If she won't do the job, I will. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing. But one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
While we are in the full swing of the college football season, it's about time for college basketball to get underway as the road to the Final Four begins. And for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, that means another year of some of the top teams in their non-conference portion of the schedule. As on Tuesday, the team finalized their upcoming 2022-2023 schedule, and it is not lacking in the number of marquee games. We've known for a while what these games would look like for the most part, and I think it's safe to say this is easily their toughest non-conference slate ever. They're going to open up play in a few weeks with an exhibition against Tennessee down in Frisco. That's going to be on pay-per-view. Then followed up with another the next week against Warner Pacific before getting the actual regular season underway on Monday, November 7th against North Florida. But after that, it's where it gets real interesting. They're going to play Michigan State on the deck of the USS Abraham Lincoln in San Diego, only to follow that up with a matchup at Texas before returning home to play Kentucky on November 20th. That game's going to be played in the Spokane Arena. As if that's not tough enough, they're going to go to Portland to participate in the Phil Knight Legacy Tournament, which features the likes of Duke, Florida, Purdue, and West Virginia. No easy task. After all that, it's even more neutral site games, this time against Baylor in a rematch of the 2021 National Championship game. That's going to be played in Sioux Falls for some reason. Then it's finally back to the kennel for 3 straight home games, Washington being the headliner in that one. Then back on the road to take on Bama, one of 3 teams to beat them last season. And they're going to wrap up that gauntlet of a schedule against Montana and Eastern Oregon during the Christmas break. And the team will officially kick off their season this Saturday with craziness in the kennel at 4 p.m.
Well, the Mariners and Tigers played a doubleheader at T-Mobile Park. Game 1 is tied at 6 in the 10th inning until Abraham Toro lifts a sacrifice fly to center that's just deep enough to score Carlos Santana as the M's take the opener 7-6. Then in Game 2, Cal Raleigh, who hit the playoff clinching homer the other day, sends one into the upper deck for his 27th of the year. That ties the game at 5. A few batters later, Toro, who hit a 2-run homer earlier in the game, comes through with a 2-run single this time. The M's win Game 2 9-6. Clinching the second wild card spot. That means they'll go up against the Toronto Blue Jays in the first round of the playoffs.
Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:26.
All right, before we head into the break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a new warning for parents ahead of Halloween as potentially deadly fentanyl pills and powders that are made to look like candy and sidewalk chalk are being distributed by drug traffickers.
This is every parent's worst nightmare, especially in the month of October as Halloween fast approaches.
In New York City, 15,000 rainbow fentanyl pills seized from a car just days ago, found in this yellow Lego box. Doctors especially concerned the pills may appeal to teens or young adults.
The pills look like candy, and to a very young person, should they take them, the potential for tragedy if they consume them is very high.
And coming up at 7 a.m., what you need to know about the so-called rainbow fentanyl in order to keep your kids safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Maria Anali, ABC News, New York.
Your spirit is stronger than your highs and lows. Your creativity can outshine any bad day because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms and ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Once daily Vraylar is proven to treat depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain, and high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. You are greater than your bipolar 1. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
She was looking so fine, 5'5" thinking that style.
Where's the butler?
It's John Butler. Hate being judged by your name? So do we. At Consigned Furniture and Jewelry, we're not what you think. Our inventory is the best in the Northwest. Like this, and this, and this. Check out the most unique shopping experience in the universe.
Safe Passage provides counseling, shelter, and resources for survivors of domestic violence and human trafficking across North Idaho.
Safe Passage offers 24-hour crisis lines, shelter, court advocacy, licensed counselors, and more for survivors of all ages. Our services are free and confidential.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Safe Passage as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our communities stronger at numericacu.com.
It's time for 4 News Now, Coats for Kids. Just drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate to Coats for Kids through October 31st.
Global Credit Union is very active in our community, and Coats for Kids is one of the causes that we love. And it's not only coats, we also accept cash. So bring your donations to any Global Credit Union branch location, and we'll purchase brand new coats for our community. At Global Credit Union, we love being a part of Coats for Kids.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker with the stories people are talking about this morning.
Looks like Tom Brady and his wife Gisele Bündchen may be headed for divorce. According to People magazine, sources close to the couple say Gisele hired a divorce lawyer after months of tension between the couple. Now the magazine says Brady is looking to do the same. The couple got married in 2009, but reports from last month said they are now living separately.
Kanye West is getting backlash over his latest fashion statement, wearing an image of Pope John Paul II on it with the words "White Lives Matter" written on the back. The Anti-Defamation League categorizes the phrase as a hate slogan used by white supremacists, including the KKK. West dressed several black models in clothes with the phrase at his Yeezy runway for a show in Paris Week, also attended by conservative commentator Candace Owens in the same garb. West was unapologetic for his use of the slogan, writing on Instagram, "Everyone knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome." Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Wednesday, October the 5th. Mark Peterson is here with that first alert forecast that continues to be unseasonably warm.
Yeah, we have cool starts, but not cold starts. Normally, we'd be into the mid-40s. We're at 52 in Coeur d'Alene and also 52 in a clear sky in Spokane. 4 things you need to know as we get going. Wouldn't being a nice walk through Riverfront Park at noon be a great idea? Okay, so we're going to have clear and cool mornings, but it's going to be sunny, warm days. Temperatures into the mid-70s by noon. Above average temperatures all week long. Cooler next week, and we'll talk more about that. Temperatures right now sitting at 50 in Post Falls, 38 into Deer Park downtown. 48 degrees. We look at our day planner forecast and our first alert weather, and it's going to be nice. Sunny, mid-70s at lunch, dinner time, going to be about 80 degrees. That is our forecasted high for today.
Breaking news this morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed into law measures that claim to annex 4 Ukrainian regions into the Russian Federation.
But the claimed annexations of these regions are illegal under international law. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk tracking all the latest developments here.
Yes, Russia does not fully control the regions it claims to have annexed. So world leaders have dismissed the annexations as a result of, quote, sham referendums held at gunpoint. The announcement from President Vladimir Putin today comes as Moscow loses territory to the Ukrainian military in the south and east of the country by the day. Putin has also designated acting heads of the 4 illegally annexed Ukrainian regions. These leaders will govern until the official heads for the regions are elected. Now, European Union member states have agreed on a fresh round of sanctions against Russia. This is the 8th package of sanctions to date and was proposed by the European Commission last week. It will include an oil price cap among some other measures. Take a look at your screen. The Czech presidency just tweeted this a few hours ago. Ambassadors reached a political agreement on new sanctions against Russia, a strong EU response to Putin's illegal annexation of Ukrainian territories. The White House also announced it was imposing swift and severe costs on Russia on Friday. This includes sanctions against the head of Russia's central bank, a figure the Biden administration said is key to the country's economy. Details on the full package of sanctions from the European Union member states is expected to be released today, and I'll be sure to update you with anything that I learn. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. Well, millions of dollars are now going to reconnect communities across Washington.
The Department of Transportation is getting a $5 million RAISE grant. The money is supposed to help improve infrastructure in underserved communities. East Central is on that list in Spokane. With the new funding, the DOT plans to create a pedestrian bridge near Liberty Park. They say it would be safer for walkers could cut down on bus transfers for people and would encourage more trail use.
Having that land bridge, it's gonna build connectivity not just for pedestrians but bicycles. It's gonna actually be able to be a placemaking opportunity for that green space, and it's a beautification.
As the chair of East Central's Neighborhood Council, Randy McGlynn is advocating for even more improvements. He says the current pedestrian paths above I-90 are rarely used and should be updated. He also wants to make sure East Central does not lose its on and off ramps to I-90. McGlynn says it's time for new investments to East Central's infrastructure.
A shocking report reveals abuse allegations within U.S. women's professional soccer. Members of the U.S. women's national soccer team are furious over misconduct in the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League. An independent investigation led by former acting Attorney General Sally Yates says there was widespread misconduct on the part of male coaches, ranging from verbal abuse to sexually charged comments to even coercive sexual intercourse.
Things that have gone on, the things that have been unearthed are much bigger than soccer, much bigger than any training or game.
And the report included more than 200 player and personnel interviews with firsthand reports of abuse or misconduct at organizations in the league. Well, hospitals across the country are cutting services and trying to find creative ways to save money. That's not the case here in the Inland Northwest, at least not yet.
But that could soon change as local hospitals deal with increased cost and staffing shortages. An executive at Multicare says they have lost more than $250 million this year, with $22 million in August alone. He says a big part of that comes from not being able to discharge patients who no longer need medical care. At one point, Multicare says it had more than 200 patients who had nowhere to go, costing the hospital hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hospitals are also having to hire expensive travel nurses to help deal with staffing issues.
At times, those numbers have been as much as $30 million of additional expense per month to care for the high demand and acuity of patients.
To help deal with staffing shortage, Multicare says it is partnering with other hospitals to invest and help train the next generation of nurses and certified medical assistants. This is big. Aaron Judge made home run history last night, hitting number 62 on the year, which makes him the all-time American League leader. His mom looking on, waiting for the ball to clear the fence before letting out a huge sigh of relief. That a mama. Judge sharing that he was relieved as well.
Never know what's going to happen. I've hit a couple where I thought it was a no-doubter, and, they catch it at the track.
While Judge now holds the American League record, his effort sits 7th in baseball history. 3 men, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and Barry Bonds, have all hit more. But many believe those other records shouldn't count, arguing those men cheated because they tested positive for or admitted to using steroids. Either way, the ball hit last night could be worth millions. And yeah, the fella caught it. We'll be seeing how much that ball could sell for soon.
Yep. We'll be hearing from him.
It's now
sure.
6:37.
All right, let's send things back over to Mark Peterson. And that air quality, it's in the moderate, but not terrible.
Just right in the moderate. Yeah, it's actually come down about 3 points in the last hour. We're going to see it bounce around there again today. It's been very consistent, as is the forecast, that full forecast coming up.
And how authorities in New York made the biggest rainbow fentanyl bust in the state's history. When Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Experience the coolest new adventure with your family and all your Disney friends at Disney on Ice Road Trip Adventures. Playing Spokane Arena October 21st through 23rd. On sale now. For event details, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
Twilight Bedding is the choice for all your mattress needs and now has 2 convenient locations in Spokane. Every mattress is manufactured locally, right here in Spokane, and crafted to meet any need you have, whether it's for your bedroom, boat, RV, or your pet. Stop by either location today and talk with an expert about the mattress that's right for you. Sleep right. By Twilight.
Since 1945, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Spokane and surrounding communities. A lot has changed since 1945, but one thing that hasn't is our mission to nurture long-term relationships with our customers by offering quality products, flat rate pricing, and industry-leading workmanship. And with our 24/7 service, we will get to you anytime, anywhere. Call for a quote today and see for yourself why Sturm is Spokane's first choice for heating and cooling. Or visit sturmheating.com.
Vote with confidence this November. In Washington, our layered cybersecurity systems, trained officials, and election audits make sure every vote is counted accurately. After you've received your ballot packet in the mail, fill it out and send it back in your signed return envelope. You can also put it in an official Dropbox or submit it in person. Visit votewa.gov to register, find voting locations, and check your ballot status.
It is World Teachers Day with the most famous teacher in America, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. Plus, welcome LeVar Burton.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Hi, Kylie here with Dad at Parker Toyota. We know finding time during the busy week to schedule your service maintenance can be difficult. That's why we've expanded our hours. We're now open Sundays.
Schedule your oil change, brakes, and other maintenance needs at your convenience online, parkertoyota.com. Our highly trained technicians can get you in and out with our express service.
Experience the no-problem sales and service 7 days a week at Parker Toyota in Coeur d'Alene.
It's 6:40. Idaho officials are sounding the alarm as the number of romance scams are on the rise. The Department of Finance says one Idahoan reported losing a substantial amount of money to a catfish scam.
It's a form of romance where the scammer creates a fake online account to establish a relationship with the victim. To avoid falling victim to one of these scams, the department says, don't trust, verify. Do your own research online and you get a better idea of who the person is that you're dealing with. Most people have some type of online presence, including personal and professional information. Also, do a reverse image search because scammers normally use real or stock photos taken from other websites. For more ways to avoid getting scammed like this, look for this story on KXLY.com.
All right, our Wednesday morning 10-second takeaway, easy peasy. Light layers heading out. You won't need them around the noon hour. It's going to warm up into the mid-70s. Our high today is going to be 80 with plenty of sunshine. Grab your shades.
Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fannie Willis plans to seek search warrants in the criminal investigation into alleged interference in the 2020 election. The case focuses on efforts by Donald Trump and his allies to overturn the election results in Georgia. The judge overseeing the grand jury in the case said any search warrants supporting affidavits and related documents would be sealed from the public. The judge also said some disclosures could risk the safety of individuals involved in the investigation, including witnesses and law enforcement. Also new this morning, a woman in Manhattan was apparently attempting to smuggle 15,000 rainbow fentanyl pills in a Lego box. Authorities spotted Letitia Bush getting into a car with a large object, and when they stopped the vehicle, they found the multicolored pills inside several brick-shaped packages. It's the largest seizure to date in New York City. The pills allegedly originated in Mexico, where cartels have been producing fentanyl in rainbow colors to mimic candy or legitimate prescription drugs. Good morning, Northwest Time is 6:42.
All right, we'll be back with more, including the latest in the Herschel Walker saga coming up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Do you want to save energy this winter? Time to talk with the experts at Country Homes Power. Save on Valor gas fireplaces that distribute steady, even heat even when the power is out. Turn down your furnace and heat wisely with Valor. Shop the savings at Country Homes Power today.
I'm Mark Peterson. This summer, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all 13 Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores are offering a double sales tax discount. Or get no minimum purchase, no money down, no interest for 5 years financing on all bedroom furniture, dining room sets, and beautiful living room sets, as well as big mattress savings.
This is one of our best sales events of the season. Today through this Monday night at 8 p.m. at Walker's.
It's time. Time to set your eyes free. Free from limitations in your vision. Free from glasses and contacts. Free to see your best and be your best. It's time to smile. Smile is state-of-the-art laser vision correction, or LVC for short. Smile is easy on the eyes. It's bladeless, flapless, and effortless.
Contact Empire Eye Physicians today to learn more about Smile, the new alternative to LASIK.
Is one casino really any better than the next? Well, at Northern Quest, we've got the largest gaming floor in the region, not to mention the most slot titles, the most payouts, the largest selection of table games, the lowest minimum bets, the highest maximum bets, and a state-of-the-art sports book. So you tell us. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Play daily to carve out your share of Jack-o'-lantern loot on October 27th.
Joe Biden's open borders have threatened our neighborhoods and our children's safety. Fentanyl-related deaths have increased right here in Idaho. Gang members transport fentanyl and other dangerous drugs into our schools and communities. This has got to stop. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. It's time we control the borders and shut down the pipeline of drugs and violence into Idaho.
Save, save, save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
Welcome back. The abortion controversy surrounding Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker continues to swirl. The former NFL star, who claims to be pro-life, is accused of paying for his girlfriend's abortion. He denies the claim. Republicans are coming to his defense, but his own son is speaking out against him in a scathing new video. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the story.
This morning, Herschel Walker's son is blasting the growing list of Republicans rallying behind his father.
All of this has been a lie, and you've known it.
Christian Walker posted this video after his father, NFL great Herschel Walker, denied a report that he paid an ex-girlfriend to have an abortion.
Family values people. He has 4 kids, 4 different women, wasn't in the house raising one of them.
As the Senate candidate in Georgia, Walker has called for a total ban on abortion. But according to the Daily Beast, an anonymous woman claims Walker urged her to have an abortion in 2009 and provided receipts for the procedure, along with a $700 check allegedly from Walker to cover the cost. ABC News has not independently verified the allegations. Walker said this when asked about the $700 check.
Well, I send money to a lot of people, and that's what's so funny. I give money to people all the time because I'm always helping people.
The woman also reportedly provided a Get Well card. The handwritten note reads, "Pray you are feeling better." Christian Walker says he knows who wrote the note.
The abortion card drops yesterday. It's literally his handwriting in the card.
Let me hear Herschel!
Georgia's Senate race next month could determine which party controls the U.S. Senate, and Republican leaders are coming to Walker's defense. Senator Rick Scott writing, Democrats know they are on the verge of losing the Senate, and they know that Herschel Walker is winning, so they have cranked up the smear machine. And Ralph Reed, a prominent conservative activist in Georgia, believes evangelical Christians will stick with Walker.
The voters of Georgia are going to reject this kind of gutter politics.
Walker acknowledged his son's comments by saying, "I love my son no matter what." Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
All right, you are taking a look above downtown Spokane. You see some of that haze lingering in the air right now, and we're still actually a few minutes away from actual sunrise.
So close.
Yeah, 6:55 officially.
Okay,
Yeah.
7.5 minutes.
7.5 minutes, the sun will be up. Let's take a look at what we've got when it comes to our forecast for the day. Sun comes up, starts warming, 80 degrees, sunny, a few clouds out there, but nothing big. 49 for the overnight low. Winds are going to be light not only today, but tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now, we're sitting at 39 Colville, 38 into Meade, 52 into Spokane. Moses Lake, you're at 48 degrees. Everybody is mild. Into Idaho, you're into the mid to upper 40s as well. High pressure dominates the Pacific Northwest. That low that's in the Gulf of Alaska continues to just sort of hang out, kicking out energy. But in our area, it's just going to be maybe a few clouds, but that's it. In fact, we should see Seattle staying dry as well. Air quality right now, moderate, and we've been seeing that all week long, bouncing between good and moderate, good middle of the day, and then it comes into moderate a little later on. There's no air movement, so we're not seeing new smoke come in. That could change a little bit as we have some of the fires coming out of Idaho. A little extra smoke could be added to that, but certainly into the northern Cascades, they're going to hold on to that smoke as well, and it's going to stick in the area, and it's much worse there. there. For us, that high pressure is going to continue to just dominate our scene, pushing everything of clouds and moisture out of the area to the north into Canada. Highs stay 81 into the valley. You're going to have 79 Post Falls, Hayden 79, 9 Mile. You're going to be at 81, 83 downtown. So definitely you work downtown, you're going to be a little warmer than if you're working out in the West Plains, where temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s. We look at the planning forecast. We're going to see those low 80s continue through tomorrow. Look at Friday and Saturday, 77 degrees each day, with overnight lows now into the upper 40s. It is going to be beautiful because we're going to see that into Sunday and Monday with mid 70s as well. Tuesday, 69. And then Wednesday, a high forecasted right now of 62 degrees. So enjoy this weekend. It's not going to be, you know, the last, but it really is going to be maybe the last one in the mid-70s for a while.
Sure.
It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, sure is. It looks awesome.
I put that right on the forecast.
We see that. Almost 10 minutes before the hour, your morning sprint's up next.
All right, thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Wednesday morning. We will be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Listen up. Everything we've worked for has led to this moment. Training is over. It's time to be efficient, like the Kubota Grand L Series. It is time to grind, like the Kubota LX Series, which is packed with extras. It's time to be tough, like the rugged BX Series. So let's get out there and plow, fight, and win.
Twilight Bedding is the choice for all your mattress needs and now has 2 convenient locations in Spokane. Every mattress is manufactured locally, right here in Spokane, and crafted to meet any need you have, whether it's for your bedroom, boat, RV, or your pet. Stop by either location today and talk with an expert about the mattress that's right for you. Sleep right. By Twilight.
My husband has diabetes.
Even with health insurance, we're having a hard time affording our medications.
Thankfully, we have Patty Murray fighting for us in the U.S. Senate. She kept at it till Congress finally lowered the cost of prescription drugs.
And capped insulin for seniors at $35 a month.
Now we'll save thousands every year. We know when Patty is back in the other Washington.
She is working for us.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
Every day is trophy territory at the General Store downtown. Trophy thrills, trophy deals, trophy warthogs. Yes, trophy warthogs. For over 75 years, the General Store has been your location for all the ammo, hunting, fishing, and camping gear any outdoor pro could ever need. Your trophy adventure starts at the General Store.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday with the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles is live telling us about President Biden and his trip to Florida.
Mark Peterson with news of warm temperatures again.
But first, let's get to some of our top stories of the day.
Spokane County prosecutors are now authorized to file a lawsuit against Washington State's Department of Transportation. Now the county can move forward with declaring Camp Hope a nuisance and start the process of clearing campers. The lawsuit would allow the county to go after the Department of Transportation to recoup cleanup costs. You can read our full coverage of Camp Hope on KXLY.com.
Well, the Hilliard community is asking for justice for a man shot and killed by police. A month ago, police said they opened fire after a neighbor reported seeing Robert Bradley walking around with a gun. 2 officers involved remain on administrative leave. Bradley's children, his fiance, family, and friends all gathered to share memories and remember him. The Spokane Independent Investigative Response Team is investigating.
In our first alert weather on this Wednesday morning, first of all, the sun is up in, well, what, 40 seconds. It is 52 degrees currently. It was hard to do the math this morning. Right now, we have temperatures into the upper 40s. It is going to warm up. Deer Park, you're at 38 degrees right now. Here's our forecast for the day. We're going to warm up mid-morning, mid-60s. Going to be low 70s during the lunch hour. And then we're going to have a high today of 80 degrees.
And President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are visiting Florida today. President Biden is planning to meet with Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis and review the damage left by Hurricane Ian. Biden will also meet with small business owners and neighbors impacted by the historic storm. Right now, more than 100 people have been killed by the hurricane in Florida alone. But Florida officials say they're making progress, working to deliver food, water, and fuel to people in need. And the state's largest utility company is pledging to get electricity to all homes that are still habitable by the end of the week.
COVID-19 boosters could prevent about 90,000 U.S. deaths this winter, but only if more people get them. That's according to a new study published today by the Commonwealth Fund. Researchers say if 80% of people were boosted, it would prevent nearly 1 million hospitalizations and $56 billion in medical costs over the next 6 months.
You'll want to think twice about speeding through school zones on the South Hill. Starting next month, the city will start giving tickets to anyone going above the speed limit. A ticket can cost you anywhere from $200 to $450. The City Council wanted to find a solution to this growing problem after an elementary school student was hurt by a speeding driver in 2014.
Millions of dollars are now going to reconnect communities across Washington. The Department of Transportation is getting a $5 million RAISE grant. The money is supposed to help improve infrastructure in underserved communities. East Central and Spokane is next on the list. The DOT plans to create a pedestrian bridge near Liberty Park. They say it would be safer for walkers, would cut down bus transfers for people, and would encourage more trail use.
A shocking report reveals abuse allegations within U.S. women's professional soccer. An independent investigation led by former acting Attorney General Sally Yates says there was widespread misconduct on the part of male coaches in the NWSL, ranging from verbal abuse to sexually charged comments to even coercive sexual intercourse. The report included more than 200 player and personnel interviews with firsthand reports of abuse or misconduct at organizations throughout the league.
Idaho officials are sounding the alarm as the number of romance scams are on the rise. The Department of Finance says one Idahoan reported losing a substantial amount of money to a catfish scam. To avoid falling victim to one of these scams, the department says, do your own research online. Most people have some type of online presence, including personal and professional information. Also, do a reverse image search because scammers normally use real or stock photos taken from other websites.
It's not every day you see a man up on a school roof, but Principal Walt Clemens at the Summit School in Spokane Valley made a deal with the students. The wolf pups and their families were tasked with raising money for school projects and activities to do throughout the year, and they met and then surpassed their goals, so Principal Clemens spent the entire day on the roof yesterday.
The Katmai National Park's Fat Bear Week is back. This is a bracket where you can vote on which bear you think will be the fattest of them all. So here is how it works. Each set of bears will go head to head in a single elimination March Madness kind of style tournament where you can vote on which bear you think is the chunkiest until one bear is named the Titan of Tonnage. Voting for Fat Bear Week opens today, and we of course have a link to this year's tournament on KXLY.com. I posted it I think as well, so it's time. It's good stuff.
Do your research.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
I met Chris through a phone call. He was talking to me about his landscaping company, and he was looking to get some financing. What I like about Numerica is when it comes to decision making, it's right down the hall, and we're able to meet his needs within a month.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual, but one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing, but one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
There's a new face in local news. Kirsten O'Connor joins Aaron Luna and Chris Crocker weeknights on 4 News Now. Committed to our community, invested in you and your family's safety. Get to know Kirsten O'Connor weeknights on 4 News Now.
All right, good morning, everybody. We do have, again, a little bit of haze out there. We're into moderate when it comes to smoke in our air. The day planner forecast. Oh, nice hot cup of coffee this morning, turning to iced coffee this afternoon. 74 at lunch, dinner time. Our high today is going to be 80 degrees. Again, tomorrow we're going to be 80 degrees, and then we're going to be in the upper 70s we get into Friday and Saturday. It's next week. While we will remain mostly dry, we will cool down. 69 on Tuesday, and right now it looks like Wednesday could be 62 degrees. So it's going to be a gorgeous weekend. Make some plans, get out and have some fun.
We will enjoy this warm weather while we can.
We need to. All right, and we need to send things to GMA, and we'll see you throughout the morning. GMA starts now.